Hey everyone, what's going on? Phoenix here, bringing you another Asheron's Call gameplay video. Today I'm going to be walking you through the Nalicana's test quest. This is also referred to just as Luminance flagging. So if you're not familiar, Luminance is basically a second form of experience that you get once you reach level 200 and complete this quest to flag for it. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go to Asheron's Castle, which you go through Eastham. There's a portal on the edge of town. You speak with Nalicana, and she's going to give you this contract for Nalicana's test. So once you finish this flagging, you can gain Luminance. It's going to show up, I'll show you at the end of the video, but it's going to show up on the top of your experience in your character tab. And basically, you can use that Luminance to then purchase augmentations from Nalicana and one of 4 other NPCs in the game. And basically they're going to give you some minor increases that can add up over time. So for instance, you can spend 100,000 Luminance, increase your damage rating by 1, and that's going to have you do 1% more damage. And then you can do that, I believe, up to 10 times. I could be wrong on that. And then every single time you do it, it costs more Luminance, so it's kind of diminishing returns. So now we're going to head to the start of the test. You have to go to Frozen Valley, and the way that you do that is through Stonehold. And from Stonehold, we're going to go to the settlement portals, and we're going to find, hopefully, the right one. Wisp Lake Cottages, which is going to take us pretty close to the Frozen Valley. Once we get out of the portal and we're at Wisp Lake Cottages, we're going to run to Gregoria's house, which is kind of on the edge of the Frozen Valley. It's where all of the NPCs hang out to flag for the various kill tasks. And I recommend that before you start Nalicana's test, you go here, flag for at least the Gurog kill task, because you're going to be doing you're going to be killing a lot of Gurogs on your way to complete the test, so you might as well complete the kill task while you're doing it. Okay, so we've made it to the NPCs. I'm just going to go around quickly and talk to all of them just to flag for all of the kill tasks. Like I said, I recommend that you do this as well in case you have to fight on your way. And then once I talk to all of these, we're going to head to the Frozen Ice Cave. It's just a hole in the ground, not a portal. So there's not going to be, a portal to go through. So you're going to have to be careful when you're running. You can kind of get away from the mobs if you're not going to fight your way there, which it's kind of crazy to try to fight your way through. So I recommend just running. All right, so we've talked to all of the NPCs. Now we're running through the Frozen Valley, heading to the Gurog Ice Cave. This can be a pretty dangerous run. There's a lot of very high-level creatures here. I mean, it's Frozen Valley. It's Tier 8 content. It's one of the harder areas in the entire game. I think it's pretty cool looking. You got these awesome ice pillars and ice walls that are kind of unique to this area. The creatures are level 240, so like I said, you got to be careful. They cast level 8 Vulns, level 8 Imperils. So you got these awesome Snow Tuskers. The textures that they made for these guys this is kind of towards the end of when they were making newer content, and I think they did a really great job with the textures and everything on this one. So I'm going to end up running to the wrong place and having to backtrack my way out, but this is a cool little, fort that they've got back here. Snow Tusker Leader. Yeah, so all of these creatures pretty much have kill tasks that reward a decent amount of experience, a decent amount of Luminance, and some legendary keys. So this is a really good place to, to get Luminance, because there are only certain creatures in the game that reward it. So some of the other areas that I know that are good is, if you're in a society, you can go to Freebooter Island, and here's the Gurog Ice Cave that we're going to run into. So Freebooter Island, Moorsman City, that's another society-specific one. And then most of the society quests like on Dark Island and in the graveyard. All of those quests, they reward Luminance as well. So this is my first Gurog that I've ever fought. I don't really think I ever really played in Frozen Valley in retail. So this is pretty cool. Again, I think they did a really good job with the design of the creatures. So you're going to run through the cave. You're going to come to a door. You're going to go through the door. There's going to be a couple of Gurogs. One thing that's nice is they don't seem to be able to open doors like, although in their caves can open their doors, obviously. That makes sense. But for whatever reason, the Gurogs can't open any doors. So you can kind of, vuln them before you go through, or, like I did, I summoned my minion and then I fought them. You can do some of that stuff before you, have to fight them. So you're going to clear these 3 Gurogs. One of them drops a key to open that, you can kind of see it in the background, this, I don't know, metal door. So you're going to have to fight these guys to get this key. There's no running through this part at the very least. Now this ice cave is used for a few other quests as well, so I may do some recordings and we'll come back here and explore the other things that are in this ice cave. It's nice that they repurposed, or I guess gave this dungeon kind of a multi-use. I think maybe that's something they learned later on in development. Yeah, so the entryway key is what we're after. I'm going to loot this other stuff because I am new to this area, so I don't have a, Gurog guise yet or anything. And then we're going to go. So yeah, so this key has, I believe, 2 uses. So it's, it's worth saving if you think you're going to come back here. There you go. We're going to unlock the door. And then you don't have to fight at this part. You can just sprint straight through up the ramp. And there's going to be a portal in here that we're going to pop into. Now, this room has a bunch of legendary chests. So when you get legendary keys from things, it's a pretty good place to, to pull them. You just have to clear the Gurogs before you do. All right, we're going to start making our way through this dungeon. This room has quite a few Gurogs in it. It's pretty dangerous. As I come close to dying. Yeah, these guys hit hard. They cast incantation of bludgeon vuln, I guess level 8 bludgeon vuln, and then they just keep punching you. My summon is not really surviving very long, and without that, it's hard for me to, get off many attacks. And we're down to 60 health. There we go. Got the summon off. We're just going to keep healing. Hopefully get off one shot to kill this guy. Yeah, so that's what we need, is we need the summon to just kind of take the heat off of us. And it's also really nice with the summon because it double triggers the kill task. So like right there, I got 2 kills instead of 1. And I found that imperiling to, make your summon do more damage is really helpful. As I also cast all of the damage over times from the void. Just making sure that I'm still baned because I'm getting hit so hard. But I think it's because of the level 8 vulns. Yeah, so I'm picking up these Frozen Fortress gems. I'm not sure what those are for yet, but something we're gonna explore later. And some more parts for the guys. At this point, I started to get a little bit smarter with fighting around the corners, summoning my my summon first before running into rooms, keeping doors closed. This part of the dungeon, you're basically just going to want to go straight. There's not many choices. Eventually, it's going to turn into kind of a maze, and you're just going to want to stick right the whole way. Okay, so now we're at the point where it turns into a maze a little bit. And like I said before, you're going to want to just stick right and continue clearing your way. Maybe if you are in a group, you could run through these parts, but definitely solo, I would recommend clearing as you go. These guys, these soldiers specifically, hit really hard, and you don't want to get yourself in a spot where you're stuck and then you're just going to end up dead. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for Battle Lord Gregor. It's an undead, spawns in this room. I'm not sure what this torch is for on the floor, but it didn't seem to do anything. There are quite a few, I think 8 Gurogs in this room, so I was trying to either lure out a couple and fight them, or eventually, after I clear them, just get Battle Lord Gregor himself without pulling the rest of the Gurogs. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It seems as correct as it could be for a made-up name, but who knows. And you can see what I mean about the kill task. I've already got 10 soldiers, and I believe I finished one of the other ones, like the henchman. Just from running this quest, I hadn't fought any before this. So, you know, if you're going to clear the way down, getting the kill tasks, it's a no-brainer. So I'm going to clear these, and then I'm going to try to pull Battle Lord Gregor himself. After I kill the last Gurog, obviously. So yeah, you can see what I mean. There's a lot of them, and they're the harder ones. So if you just ran into this room at the end, you're going to be in trouble. From what I understand, if you're in a group, the Gurog spawns slower than Battle Lord Gregor himself, and everyone needs to kill Battle Lord Gregor in order to complete the quest. You're looking for an item off of his corpse. I can't help but checking the loot. And here we go. We're going to go after the boss. Spawn our summon, which ends up just going after the Gurog instead of, you know, hanging tight like we wanted it to. But that's the problem with not being able to control what your summons do. This guy walks really funny, and he's very slow. So I got in quite a few shots before he even made it to me. But as you can see, I'm not really hitting him that hard with my nether bolts. Throwing an imperil on him, throwing all of the DOTs. Yeah, so he's only hitting me for 17 there with his incantation of Flame Volley, so I'm not super concerned at this point. Just start blasting him with nether bolts. And just compared to the damage that I was taking from the Gurogs punching me, you know, this guy is not even close to hitting me as hard. Now, he's still hitting me hard enough where I have to heal every once in a while, but once I get this surge of regeneration, it's basically keeping up with the amount of damage that he's doing. Or close enough that I don't have to worry too much. And there you go. Yeah, you kill him. That's really the end of the quest. Once you kill him, we're just going to recall back, go back to Asheron's Island and hand the item to Nalicana. It's a pretty simple quest. It's, you know, it's hard because you have to go to this tier 8 area, run through Frozen Valley, fight all these Frozen Valley mobs. Which it should be hard, you know, it's a level 200 quest for an end game system. So Luminance you can only acquire up to 1.5 million Luminance at a time, and then you stop getting it. So it kind of encourages you not to just hoard it, but to spend it as you go. you can get quite a few cool augmentations. You can twice get an extra skill credit for 1 million luminance. So if your build needs those extra skill credits, it's really nice. I actually think that's going to help me at the end once I reach 275, which, you know, that's a long way away, but fun to think about. You know, you can increase your damage rating, you can increase your critical damage rating, you can increase your defense rating, your critical defense rating. There's quite a few cool cool augmentations. It makes your character better, and it's nice. So yeah, so what you're after is this Battle Lord Gregor's Minimazone. I have no idea how to say anything in this game, and that's really all you need. So we're gonna recall. I always go to Tusker Island because it's the closest one to Town Network, and just pop in. Excuse me. And we're gonna go to Eastham. That's in the Alluvian Wing. And you can see Asheron's Island, short run. And then once you pop in the Asheron's Island portal, there's actually an Asheron's Castle portal right after that on the beach of the island. And we're going to hop in that as well. So I'll show you at the end of the video actually where the Luminance shows up on your character sheet. As you can see right now, there's nothing there that's showing how much Luminance I have, but actually a new line appears, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure how they do that. I guess it's the same thing as how Etheria shows up after you flag for them. So here's the Asheron's Castle portal. Gonna run in, head over to Nalicana, just hand her the Minimazone. She's going to reward you with 15,000 luminance, and then because I have the 4% experience item in, I get 600 more. And there, so now luminance shows up above your total experience in your character sheet. And like I said, it can only cap to 1.5 million. And here are some of the, you know, augmentations that you get. So you can see that one's for critical damage. You can repeat it up to 5 times, so not 10 like I said earlier, but yeah, that's really all there is to it. You know, then you got to start the grind for luminance, and you know, I'll be bringing you a bunch of those quests as well that reward a lot of luminance. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press that like button, please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.